Shalom, all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom, meaning peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Now, I'm going to have to make this a quick hit. Lord willing, I'll come back on the same, maybe go into a commentary off one of them. But we'll see what we've got time for, man. Yeah, but anyway, without further ado, so here's Ezekiel 38 and verse 1. And the word of Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. Now if you say, out of Egypt, let's get that, see if that works. Works to prove this point, that is. Okay, so you see this here. That word there is ma'aratazah. Okay, aratazah going into the earth, or the land, rather. Right, let me see. Brought thee out of the land. Now this, does it not do it? That there. The ma, yeah, the ma can be used if it's put in front of a word to mean out of. Alright, so similarly, when you go into Ezekiel 38, Magawag. In fact, let's get Gog first. The word Gog, it says Gawag, Gog mountain, a Reubenite, son of Shemaiah, the prophetic prince of Rosh, which I believe would go into head, Meshech and Tubal and Magog. Now again, Gawag mountain. Now the difference about Russia and the Caucasus Mountains in that region is not a bottomless pit. You've got resources. Let's look that up real quick. It says Russia possesses. Oh, got downloaded. Okay. Right, it says Russia possesses rich reserves of iron ore, manganese, chromium, nickel, platinum, titanium, copper, tin, lead, tungsten, diamonds, phosphates, and so if you're on Minecraft, you would have hit the jackpot. I'm joking, but a lot basically. And the forests of Siberia contain an estimated 1/5 of the world's timber, mainly conifers, and then they've got a figure to go all into it. Now, for example, it says Europe has much bauxite, the principal ore of aluminium, with Greece. Greece is Europe. And then it says Russia and Hungary. Russia having large reserves. So again, it's in contrast to the bottomless pit of Revelation 20. And they're all E. At the end of the day, they're all E. You got E in the east and E to the west. So what is E having a postcode war? You always want to get on Jake for that. But you're doing the same damn thing, man. Certain with the Turkish, and you're gonna see, like it says, Libya, Ethiopia. So basically, they're the same people, but they're ops. Right. So this is E on E crime, man. E on E violence. Son of man. This is Ezekiel 38 and 2. This is probably the last, or probably one of the last verses we'll be able to get into right now. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. Now you see that, why the land of Magog? Because let's search up Magog, or Gog, the first time it comes up, Magog. Genesis 10 and 2, the sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai. Madai is where you get the term the Medes from. Javan is actually the original Greeks. It says and Tubal and Meshech and Tyrus, which it makes reference to in Ezekiel 38. Javan, so you get the word Yawan, Ionia or Greece. So these are the original, and is it Graphites? Japhites, Greek Japhethites or Japhites, however you want to say it. Alright, and Madai, again the Medes, going back to the Persia Medes. There's a chapter going into Daniel about that. The Persian Medes, and then who came after the Greeks, the ram and the rough goat. So they're Japhetic land. So why does it say the land of Magog? Because he invaded that land, just as he did. He went to Australia, started calling himself the Australians. He murked off all the Aboriginal people there, just as he did to our people, the northern kingdom of the tribes of Israel, or specifically Gad. but many, it wasn't just Gad. Okay, yeah, Gad got overcome, as it were, but he shall overcome in the end, as it's written. You know, many tribes, you know, went there, started calling themselves this. They did it in South Africa. I was talking to a man on the job, you know, and he was going all into it, how I never knew, yeah, Zimbabwe had a lot of you know, settlers, man. The same sort of thing, the same sort of apartheid system he was going into it. Now, I haven't gone into it scholastically, okay? But yeah, I take the man's word for it. You know, he was going all into it, how it was pretty much the same situation. You had E come in as a minority population, but wanting to control the majority of the wealth, if not all of it. You know, so he's the ultimate devil, man. He's a devil with a capital E. Okay. So he invaded that land, just as he did South Africa. Here's one. Just as he did the land of Canaan. Okay, because you don't even want to say that on video these days. Go 38, I think we're at verse. We'll go 3, 4 and close up. And say, thus saith Ha'adawan, you know, the Lord, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, behold, I am against thee. Oh, so although he's going to use the Russian E's to go against the Babylonian and the beast E's of the beast system, because Russia's not a part of the beast. They're both E, but they're in opposition. Certain times you read about the dragon, you know, that devil. Yeah, it's going to talk about. Well, no, let me not muddy the waters, as it were. You know, the waters are living. They'll get it wrong. But let me not add confusion to how the waters are therefore presented. Where were we? Behold, I am against thee. Now, so he's using the deceived and the deceiver are his. Against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I'll turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I'll bring thee forth all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. What's this talking about? It's talking about the Lord putting that spirit of, you know, boldness or pride back upon Russia chiefly, but then you're going to have the other, you know, breakaway nations, not biblical nations, because they're all the same biblical nationality for the most part. Although, of course, you're going to have some Japhethites mingled in there. You're going to have a lot of Jakes mingled in there, going in even to the Dark Ages. Although he was bound in the bottomless pit. I wasn't to say to Jake was only ruling over certain. You know, Jake was fucking, you know, smashing it, man. He wasn't doing it in full righteousness, or really in righteousness, but he was ruling, man. So this is talking about the Lord putting that USSR spirit back upon Russia, all right, to unite them again and show themselves as a superpower. And everyone can see, it really came out about, you know, leaving out of Afghanistan. Everyone was talking about how the US is weak, and this is another show of it. You know, Russia standing up on their feet as men, you know, really showing their strength, which is in contrast to the seemingly dwindling power of Babylon. Yeah, and it's all prophetic. It's all through the Spirit. Yeah, Lord willing, we'll get into this, and I'm sure they'll have plenty of lessons on it from brothers, so I might not get into it. You know, there it is. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh.